I'm going to show how to assemble the 16-inch Ashford SampleIT Loom. The first thing you will find after opening the box is a product catalog and instructions for assembly and use. I will be following these instructions in the order that they are given. The following shows a quick unboxing of the contents. On the inside cover of the manual, you will find the name of each piece. I will be using these terms during the assembly. You will need to obtain the following tools: a rubber mallet, a Phillips head screwdriver, and some candle wax. Begin by using the supplied sandpaper to remove any sharp edges and corners. Lightly sand each piece. Be sure to sand with the grain of the wood, not against it. Because of the amount of wood dust produced, we're doing this outside. Once the sanding is complete, wipe any residual dust from each piece. I recommend using tack cloth for this task, but this is totally optional. It is recommended that the wood surfaces be waxed or sealed before assembly. We've decided to finish using stain, followed by a wood polish and conditioner. When using stain, remember to gently stir when mixing. I like using a dowel rod or a disposable chopstick to stir. This allows me to see what the stain will look like on wood before applying it to the main project. With gloved hands and a clean rag, stain each piece following the instructions on the can. Simply wipe it on, covering all surfaces, then let it sit for a few minutes, and then wipe it off. Use painter's tape to protect the areas that don't get stained. Covering the plastic area on the reed is a good example. Continue this until all the pieces have been covered. Then set each piece aside and allow them to dry for 24 hours. Once dry, apply a wood polish and conditioner. With gloved hands, apply the polish with a clean rag. Follow the instructions on the bottle. I like to plan by organizing the pieces in the way that they will be assembled. To me, it's like looking at an explosion diagram before starting. This is completely optional, but it may help some people with a visual of the final product. Once planned, begin the assembly with the right side of the loom. Select a pawl and a 20mm round head screw. Flip the side over to expose the outside plane. The outside plane will have a brand and a clicker pin. Place the pawl in the hole closest to the clicker pin. Note its orientation. Next, hold the pawl in place with your finger and turn the side over, exposing the hole on the other side. Insert the 20mm round head screw into the hole and secure it using a Phillips head screwdriver. The screw will cut threads into the pawl as it is fastened. Do not over-tighten. It is recommended to leave a 0.5mm gap between the head of the screw and the wood. The pawl should move freely. Next, install the other pawl on the other end in this manner. This is how the pawls should look once secured. Now flip the side over, exposing the inside plane. Select the back rail and note the orientation of the clamp hole. Lay it in this position to prepare it for assembly. Then lay the front rail down in this location with the groove side facing up. Now select 4 wood screws, 2 for each end of the side. Next, flip the side over, exposing the outside plane. Insert 2 of the screws into these pre-drilled holes. Now turn the back rail on its edge with a clamp hole towards the bottom. Then turn the side on its edge and mate the screws into the pre-drilled holes on the end of the back rail. Secure these pieces together with the screws using the Phillips head screwdriver. Next, secure the front rail in this location using the other 2 screws. Now, select the back and front rollers. With a candle or a piece of candle wax, wax both ends of the rollers in this manner. Once waxed, insert both rollers into the large holes in the side as seen here. Next, take the left side and insert the other ends of the rollers into their designated holes. Now select 4 wood screws and secure the front and back rails into place on this side. Be sure to align the side holes with the pre-drilled holes on the rails. Tighten well using the Phillips head screwdriver. Now select the 2 cogs, 2 washers, and the last 2 screws. Next, position the loom with the right side up. Install a cog onto the end of the roller, making sure the teeth engages with the pawl. Now load the washer onto the screw. Then secure into the pre-drilled holes on the end of the roller. Tighten using a Phillips head screwdriver. Repeat this process on the other end. Next, select the handles and note the 4 pins protruding from the inside. Install the handle in this manner, inserting the pins into the 4 holes on the cog. Initially, seat the handle by pressing with your thumbs. Then, seat the handle the rest of the way using a rubber mallet. If there is a gap between the handle and the cog, continue seating using sharp hits with the mallet. Repeat this process on the other handle. Next, select the 2 warp sticks and nylon ties. Separate the individual ties from its packaging and note their anatomy. One end has a flat head and the other end has an arrowhead point. Select the warp sticks and send the point end of the ties through the holes on the sticks. Load both sticks in this manner. Now take the loom and note the holes on the rollers. One side presents a small hole, the other side presents a large hole. Select the loaded warp stick and position the roller so that the small holes are accessible. Then push the arrowhead ends into the small holes and out the large holes in this manner. Repeat this process on the other side. Next, assemble the clamps. The clamps consist of an L-bolt, a block of wood, a washer, and a wing nut. Here's how to put them together. Note that the blocks in my kit have grooves in them. However, in the manual, the blocks don't have grooves. Since the wing nut is shown to engage a flat surface in the manual, I'm going to assemble these to reflect that orientation. This is what they are supposed to look like once assembled. One of the clamps can be used to secure the loom to a table. You simply install it through the hole in the back rail like this. Once inserted into the back rail, the wing nut can be tightened to raise the wooden block against the tabletop. The second clamp can be used to secure the warping peg to a tabletop in this manner. And finally, install the reed. Refer to the manual for an explanation of the different positions. The loom is now ready to use.